Murray Mount is currently in second, Marley Joe behind that, then Bishop's Court. Cave Tiger appears to be still going, but at the line, Azertyuiop won by many lengths. Here's Murray Mount in second.
Heading down towards the second last. Azertyuiop, another neat jump there. Ben Ottery trying for a run up the inside. Azertyuiop is third. Flagship Morales is battling on and does see out the trip extremely well as they run round the final turn. They got one fence left to jump. Azertyuiop kicks now, kicks 5-6 lengths clear. Decisive turn of foot, impressive. Flagship Morales goes into pursuit in second, but at the final fence, last year's Arthur winner Azertyuiop, he's over safe and sound up the hill. Azertyuiop by 8 lengths from Flagship Morales, the old champion. He's having to give way to the younger horse, and it's Azertyuiop scampering up the Cheltenham Hill. Azertyuiop, he's all class, and Azertyuiop wins the Queen Mother Champion Chase in magnificent style. Ruby Walsh windmills the crowd. In second is Flagship Morales. Third then Azertyuiop.
You're up all right. Badsworth Boy jumps it in the lead from Farbridge and Kauto, and Badsworth Boy now just has to jump one fence to become the first horse in National Hunt history to win this 2-mile champion chase, the Queen Mother Champion Chase, and the crowd already roaring him home as Badsworth Boy comes to the last, ears pricked, being chased forlornly by Farbridge. Badsworth Boy jumps it from Farbridge in second, Kauto third, and as they race up towards the line, Badsworth Boy strides away to win it in tremendous style. Badsworth Boy makes turf history. He wins the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Second is Farbridge. It's going to be close for third with Kauto racing round the home turn now with one fence left to jump in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. And it's Barnbrook again, the 1989 winner from Sabandoulois on the far side. And Waterloo Boy producing a tremendous run towards the near side to come and challenge Barnbrook again. In fact, to take it over the last. Waterloo Boy jumps the last in the lead from Barnbrook again. It's these two now fighting it out as they race up towards the line. Barnbrook again on the far side, on the near side, Waterloo Boy. Barnbrook again is forging ahead again. Barnbrook again, it is from Waterloo Boy. Barnbrook again is going to win it at the line. Barnbrook again has won the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Waterloo Boy is second. Ferrona's got up to be third, ahead of Sabandoulois.
Coming up on the outside of him, coming down towards the third from home, and it's Desert Orchid on the inside, and doesn't he jump well? Jim Thorpe was the one that makes a mistake, and Desert Orchid goes on by a couple of lengths, and Panto Prince comes under pressure, and Jim Thorpe tries to close. Both the two speed horses behind Desert Orchid, who comes down towards the second last and jumps it brilliantly. Jim Thorpe through the top of it, Panto Prince in second place. They race down towards the 13th and final fence, and Desert Orchid looks and thinks this isn't simply an exercise canter. It's 5 clear as he comes to it. And what a superb jump by Desert Orchid. He's 8 to 10 lengths clear, making specialist 2-mile chasers look very one-paced. But amazing performances. Desert Orchid, 12 stone, 12 lengths clear, up towards the line. Desert Orchid, 23rd race, and they'll never be easier. Desert Orchid, the winner.
Favourite goes to the front, chased by Simply Ned on the outside of Alicia Delon. Sizing John and Black Hercules next. Racing now towards the final fence, and it's Duvan in the lead now as they come to the last from Simply Ned, and over the final fence, Duvan the leader. Battle on for second money as Duvan now inches away from in second place Sizing John, and then comes Simply Ned, Black Hercules, but running up towards the finish, it's Duvan who keeps on winning and winning, and Duvan and Ruby Walsh score for the Richies. Another one for Willie Mullins. The opening 3 go to him.
These two are clear in the Tingle Creek of Bellator in third, and then Direct Route racing to 2 out. It's Flagship Morales who's now beating off Fidalgo. Flagship Morales landed 5 lengths clear and making it a bit more now from Fidalgo. Then Bellator, Direct Route and Chenkos, very tired horses behind, but it's Flagship Morales who won this race 12 months ago in a very close finish with Direct Route. He's going to win it a lot easier this time, coming back from a couple of disappointing runs at the end of last season, but Flagship Morales, the 1999 Arkle Trophy winner here at Cheltenham, returns to Cheltenham to win the Tingle Creek. In second Fidalgo, Bellator in third. They're a long way clear of Chenkos, and then
6 lengths clear. Racing Demon scrapping it out with Monet's Garden and Fair Along down towards the final fence. Kauto Star 7 to 8 lengths clear from Monet's Garden and Racing Demon. Kauto Star at the last, a big and affluent leap. Monet's Garden second, Racing Demon third, the commercial first Ascot Chase. The young pretender Damon stated his case last week. Kauto Star, the reigning champion, makes it a match to savour at Cheltenham and wins the commercial first well. Monet's Garden and Racing Demon.
Well, masterminded. He's gone 10 lengths in front. From Petit Ravin, they're followed then by Mahogany Blaze and then Au Noir de Somoza, who's dropped out. But he's a mile clear coming towards the last, masterminded. He flips over it in good style. He's a machine, masterminded. He's about 15 lengths in front and is going to come home an effortless winner of the Victor Chandler Chase. Up towards the line, it's masterminded. A memorable victory. Petit Ravin has come again for second.
Azertyuiop back in third place. 3 out, good jump by Moscow Flyer. He gained a length there from Flagship of Morales in second. The whip is up on Azertyuiop. They pull clear of Chenkos and Loire Miguel, and it's the champion, Moscow Flyer, drawing towards 2 out. He's over safely. Azertyuiop 3 lengths down with Flagship of Morales. They're chasing hard. Now Moscow Flyer is asked to extend, going towards the final fence, the 13th and final fence in the Tingle Creek. Moscow Flyer, a brilliant leap there. Azertyuiop is chasing hard. He's 4 lengths to find on the run-in. Flagship of Morales back in third, but Moscow Flyer, he's too good, endorsing his champion status here. And Moscow Flyer is a fine winner of the Tingle Creek. Azertyuiop put in his place in second. In third, Flagship of Morales.
One man, what a good jump. Asked Tom, Clarence Davis, an unusual mistake there, and it's one man then. Look at this, hard held to the jump. One man, the grey, the giant grey. Asked Tom in second, Lord Dorset in third, and so the Northern jockeys 1, 2 and 3 as they take the second from home, with All Royal back in 4. Clarence Davis, a most disappointing 5. Viking Flagship, who's been high on the barometer of braveness, well beaten as they make the final turn. And it's one man now. He's facing this Cheltenham Hill, and Lord Dorset is the challenger in second. 2 in third place, All Royal at the final fence now, and one man comes to it. Over safely, 2 miles is his trip. It's taken them a long time to find it out, but the Queen Mother Champion Chase goes to one man, Brian Harding's biggest day, and it's going to be a triumph for Gordon Richards. One man taking his 20th race, the Queen Mother Champion Chase, and one man wins at Cheltenham, deservedly, to All Royal second, Lord Dorset.
On the left, Pearly Man and Panto Prince to the right. A mistake there by Very Promising. They're racing now to the final turn now, and Tom Morgan looks round as Pearly Prince, last year's winner. Pearly Man storms into the lead. It's Pearly Man as they race towards the final fence now in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. Pearly Man with Very Promising renewing his challenge, but Pearly Man with his white face is going to jump it 2 lengths in the lead. Pearly Man from Very Promising. Desert Orchid renewing his challenge. This is a carbon copy of last year, except that Pearly Man is going to win it much more easily as they race up towards the line. Pearly Man has it well sewn up. Desert Orchid is challenging Very Promising for second place, and at the line, Pearly Man is the winner. Desert Orchid just gets up to be second ahead of Very Promising third. Towards the outside, Remittance Man now from Uncle Ernie, 2 from home, and it's the big 2. Remittance Man, last of the bunch, is a faller there, and it's Remittance Man from Uncle Ernie, Richard Dunwoody from Mark Dwyer as they race round the home turn in the Waterford Castle Arkle Challenge Trophy. They're coming to the final fence now, and it's Remittance Man on the far side, Uncle Ernie under pressure on the near side. It's Remittance Man with the advantage. Remittance Man comes to it a length and a half in the lead. He jumps it brilliantly. It's Remittance Man on the far side. Uncle Ernie can give no more in second. Devil's Valley is third. Remittance Man is going to win the Waterford Castle Arkle Challenge Trophy in great style. Remittance Man is the winner. Uncle Ernie is second, and Redundant Pal gets up to be third ahead of Devil's Valley and Orbit.
Being tracked by Foil Dove as they race off the bend and begin the run now towards the final fence. And it is Sizing Europe in front of Foil Dove, who's trying hard to raise an effort but has come under pressure to do so as they come down now towards the final fence. And it is the former champion chaser, Sizing Europe, now beginning to assert as they come down to the final fence in the Boyle Sports Tide Cottage Chase. And over in front is Sizing Europe on his way now to another victory, having made all the running. Sizing Europe and Andrew Lynch make it 4 in a row this season and win by 10 lengths from Foil Dove, a gallant second. Towards the home turn, and Sizing Europe now gets a reminder from Andrew Lynch as Barry Geraghty is poised on the outside, 3/4 of a length away as they spring for home with 2 left to jump. And Sizing Europe pressed now by Sprinter Sacre, coming up on the near side to join issue with 2 left to jump. Sprinter Sacre on the near side of Sizing Europe, who's battling on for pressure. They're on the run down now to the final fence in the BoyleSports.com Champion Chase. And Sprinter Sacre just in front of Sizing Europe at the last. Sprinter Sacre over in front. Sizing Europe putting up a game performance in second. But it is Sprinter Sacre, the champion, who's going to stretch on. It's a perfect 10 out of 10 as Sprinter Sacre wins for Caroline Mould, Nicky Henderson.
This is a second last, and Viking Flagship, what a terrier of a horse he is. At the rear of the field, Bradbury Star is a faller, and it's still Viking Flagship, but Deep Sensation is travelling very well on the outside. But Viking Flagship is a horse that races with enthusiasm, determination and drive, and sent into a lead by Charlie Swan as they come uphill to the final fence in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. And last year's winner, Viking Flagship, 2 years ago, Deep Sensation took the race. They're at the last now, Viking Flagship and Deep Sensation. Viking Flagship in red, Deep Sensation in yellow. They're clear of back here in third as they race up towards the line. It's Viking Flagship going on by 1, 2, 3 lengths to Deep Sensation up towards the line. Viking Flagship's going to take it, and at the post, Viking Flagship is the winner. Deep Sensation is second, Nakir is third, and then Uncle Ernie a brave 4.
The second last fence, Kicking King from Well Chief, John James between, and Mr. McGoldrick. Down there was Tudor interfering with John James, running round the final turn, and it's Well Chief that nips up the inside of Kicking King, and Well Chief going much the better. He kicks 2 or 3 lengths clear of Kicking King, running towards the final fence there, about 8 clear of Mr. McGoldrick, and Leduc running on, but it's Well Chief in the colours of David Johnson. Tony McCoy didn't get very high. Kicking King is given a window of opportunity with the hill to climb, and Kicking King is battling back very tenaciously. Well Chief is motivated again by McCoy. Well Chief by a length to Kicking King, 50 yards left to gallop. Well Chief is holding on. Well Chief wins the Arkle from Kicking King. Leduc is third. Jay Hash runs on for a fine 4th. Then Colca Canyon.